Hi everyone, sorry about the little technical delay. I started the webinar and realized that no one was there. So I've re-entered and there you all are. So great that you have been hanging around. Thank you so much for that. Today we are talking about how to scale your law firm without burnout. This is a massive, huge topic in the legal industry, as you know. And if you are a law firm owner, you will know exactly what it's like to feel overwhelmed by all the things that you have to do. So today I'd love to share with you how we can make life a whole lot easier and start scaling your law firm without burnout. So let's just get stuck straight into it. You can DM me on Carolee Fontanelli, either on Instagram or LinkedIn, and I'd love to know what you thought about this free training, and if you could resonate with the topic today. That would be awesome. It'd be awesome too if in the chat box you can pop in where you are located and also what your practice area is. It doesn't matter what practice area you're in. Running your law firm, the foundations of it are the same for all practice areas, and that overwhelmed feeling of all the things you have to do when you're running a firm is similar across all of the practice areas. I talk to so many lawyers all the time and find that they all struggle with the same, type of overwhelm. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This webinar is for you if you want a really simple formula to automate your law firm in a way that you can rely on your firm over and over again. It's also a really great webinar for you if you want to scale your firm in a way that it can give you more freedom. I know for so many law firm owners, you started your law firm because you wanted more freedom, and then you get in there and work becomes really overwhelming, as well as running a firm and all the other things that you have to do in your everyday life. This webinar is also for you if you really want to create a more consistent and predictable income in your law practice. It can be a real struggle initially in those first few years to get that consistent cash flow, and it can be a real space of stress for a lot of law firm owners, worrying about the anxiety of getting the next bit of work in or starting to grow a team. How do you start to grow a team, or if you're worrying about consistent income? So let's quickly play a game though with our favorite TV lawyer, Harvey. This is just something to sort of get your mind thinking. So if Harvey was to have a $50,000 competition, just a friendly competition between some law firm owners, it would be around the first law firm owner who could convert 10 new clients into their law practice. So he sets you out on this task, and we've got a couple of competitors here. First one is Dan. Dan is a real DIYer. He does everything himself because he thinks that no one cares about his business as much as he does. And he thinks that it's just too hard delegating work off. So he does it all himself, but he struggles to market his firm, and he struggles to attract easily those first 10 clients. Then he starts getting so busy and overwhelmed with doing some file work of a couple of clients he attracts that he finds it really hard to attract the other 8 because he's in the business working on files. So that's DIY Dan. And I'd love to introduce you to Megan, the money magnet. She is a little different from Dan. She knows how to attract her ideal clients really easily. They sign up every week without effort. She has got systems in place and an automated team who does all the onboarding for her. They do all the accounts for her. They also do a lot of the client work for her. And all she has to do is make sure that there's plenty of work in the door for everybody. And there's also a wait list of clients that really want to work with her firm because she's got it so systemized and down pat. So that's Megan. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be Dan or would you rather be Megan? I can relate to Dan for sure because I was certainly like a Dan, but I've worked very, very hard to be more like a Megan. I'm Carolee Fontanelli, and it's awesome to have you here today on this beautiful day to talk about how you can make your life less stressful, more systemized, and you can run your firm in a way that it's scaling and you're not burning out. You're not burning both wicks of the at the end of the candle, because that's going to lead to not a great place. So also to let you know, I'm the founder of Scalable Law, where I love helping law firm owners to scale their firms. But I'm also a law firm owner. So I'm in the same boat as you guys in terms of I know exactly what it's like to be in a practice. I have a law practice in Queensland. It's called Collective Family Law. You can Google it. We have 3 offices and a team of 14 or 15 staff that help me to run the business really successfully. So I spend a lot of my time these days helping other law firm owners rather than working in my firm. There was a time, though, that my firm felt very, very stressful, and the weight of the firm was on me. It seemed to me like everything was really manual. Running a law firm seemed so manual and impossible to automate, because it's like people need to do all these things. So I was having to put out fires all the time because things weren't necessarily running really well. I also struggled with when bills would come, having enough money in the account to make sure that there was enough for bills. You know, that was always a stress, that cash flow. Is it going to be okay? Are we going to be fine next week or next month? What happens when that big tax bill comes? How can I afford to pay it? Sam just asked if this is pre-recorded. No, it's not. I am here live with you. So, and how do I attract the right team members was also something else that I often thought about, because as a small firm, it was really hard for me to attract really amazing lawyers and team members. And it seemed like I would put ads out there and no one would apply, or I would get sort of people I didn't necessarily want to employ apply, or the wrong types of candidates. And, you know, it became really stressful for me. Like, where are all the good people? So that was a big thing on my mind. And the other thing on my mind was I really wanted to take a holiday and to be able to step away from the firm without it being stressful or having to work. You know, I started the firm so I could have more freedom, but I ended up not even being able to take holidays and felt really stressed all the time. I wanted more of this, more fun, more financial freedom, more time freedom. But in reality, I was stuck at my desk working ridiculous hours, resenting my business, and really feeling quite burnt out. I'd go home every day after putting out tons of fires and, you know, be sort of stressed out and not really enjoying life. I was very, very much like DIY Dan, doing way too much myself and feeling, like I said, really stressed about it. You only have so many hours in the day. I was working 12 plus hours a day and really not enjoying life as much as I could, until I discovered how to create a whole lot of automations in my firm, ways of getting clients through the door without it being stressful for me, and also how to systemize my business so that I wasn't having to put out fires all the time. Once I implemented this, life became really, really easy. And I thought, you know what? I really want to share this with other lawyers and show them how they can also scale their law firms without burnout. And if you follow me on Instagram or any of the socials, you will know that I'm out and about doing things all the time, and I'm definitely not stuck at my office. Hi, Shine. Thanks for being here. I designed my ideal life where I have more freedom and profit. And this is what this webinar is about, so that I can share it with you as well. I think what we tend to do is we open the firm. We think, you know, we come from often a senior role where there's a high expectation of billables and being in the office and feels like there's no freedom. The days are really long. So we decide to open our own firms because we're going to have a lot more freedom and it's going to be really awesome. But then what we do is we end up with a tight schedule. We end up working on client files, and we find ourselves in a job. And it might even be a job that pays less than your last one. And now you've got a boss, and that boss is you, that you're accountable to. You've also got everything else in your life. You've got your pets running the house, your kids, school drop-offs, all of those things. So not only is life all happening around you, but you also have the stress of running law firm files for your firm, dealing with clients, dealing with all of that, and now the added pressure of running a business and all the things that you have to do, all the seats and hats you have to fill, accounts, marketing, admin, worrying, stressing, making sure everything's all working, well. And you're, as a lawyer, you're not trained on a lot of those things, so you're fumbling your way through as you go. This system that I'm going to teach you does not require a lot of time. The whole purpose of this is really teaching you in your firm how to work smarter rather than harder. So I did this. I set my firm up in this way with a lot of life happening along the way. I am like you. I have kids. I have a family, a busy social life, and lots of other commitments. I've been through a divorce. All of that kind of thing has been happening while I was running the firm and getting it to a point that I could start stepping away a little bit more. So during the time that I was really building the firm, I was making 3 big mistakes, and they were really keeping me stuck. And these are some of the mistakes that I see other law firm owners making as well. So the mistake number 1 is that I thought that the more client work I did, the more money I would make. But the difficulty with this is that that is not the case, because we end up in a hamster wheel. We believe the more work we take on, the more we're going to make. And we believe that because we're told the harder we work or the more files we have, the more success we're going to have. The problem is that you're already maxed out. And you're only one person in your firm. So if you are maxed out, how can you keep adding workloads on? And in time, something's just going to break. You're going to end up making mistakes. Clients are going to be unhappy, and you simply are not going to be able to grow your firm anymore because of your time being maxed out. This is you and all of your clients that you're looking after. And while you are looking after all of these clients, you are not doing these essential things to grow and systemize and market your law firm. You are not using data or growing a team or automating or reaching the goals that you hoped that you were going to. And it just leads to you feeling super stressed and burnt out. As a result, as I said before, you are on the hamster wheel, and all the things you need to do to grow your firm, the things you need to do to work on your business, they are put on the back burner. So these things are things on how to automate your revenue and automate a stream of work coming in, growing and training a team, setting goals and targets and reaching them, and systemizing your firm so that it doesn't rely on you all the time. Imagine having a law firm where you're not needed. That's what we're aiming for here. If we don't take care of all the important aspects of business, what happens? We just stay stuck and we stay doing the work ourselves, and we can't find a way out because we feel too overwhelmed and busy to actually be then able to deal with the business side of things. And then, of course, we burn out. And when we burn out, we get angry and resentful and annoyed at our business, and it's also not real nice to live with ourselves or for the people that we love. If we're stressed and burnt out, it's not great for them either, because we're not able to give our best to anything or anyone. So the harder we work on client work does not mean the more money you're going to make, and it does not mean that you're going to be able to grow your firm larger either. Working smarter, though, and automating means that you're going to have a lot more time to do what you love. So the next mistake that I was making is believing that no one else can do it as well as I can. I think this is a massive pitfall for lawyers. I talk to so many law firm owners, and they really feel that that no one cares about their business as much as they do, that they can't find the right team members. There's no one good out there. And they lack trust because they feel that no one is going to care about the clients as much as they do. So they just think, I'll just do it myself. It's just going to be easier and quicker, and at least it's going to be how I want it done. Then what happens, of course, is that as the law firm owner, you end up overworked and tired with little to no results, and definitely no time to scale your firm and no time to do the things that you love. You end up making mistakes. You're stressed, you're frustrated. Sometimes when you're really tapped out at that level, it can mean that you will lose clients as well, which is not good. Then the other thing that happens is that law firm owners end up doing a lot of low-end tasks themselves. There are so many things that you should not be doing in your firm. But when you're busy, it becomes really hard to delegate them or to find the right people to do those jobs. And instead of automating, you just end up putting out fires all the time. I really hate that sort of label that people put on themselves. I've even seen it on LinkedIn on people's profiles where they say they're a fireman or they're a fire putter outer. I don't want you to be putting out fires at all, because that's not living in a peaceful environment in your business. It's living with stress all the time when you have to be putting out fires. You can create a law firm where there aren't fires to be put out, because you're ahead of the game, you're ahead of any fires, and you have done everything you can to create a business that is a really well-oiled, running like a well-oiled machine. So we're back to Dan and Megan. Dan is in the hustle. He doesn't get that much sleep. Life and fun isn't always available for him because he's working weekends. Whereas Megan, she's worked out a system where she's getting plenty of sleep, life is fun and enjoyable, she's making plenty of profit, and hustle is small, if not there at all. She doesn't need to be hustling to be successful. So Megan has become a leader of her firm, and she's also automated her business a lot more than Dan has, and it's totally possible for you to do this as well. In order to do this, though, you need to be the leader and visionary of your firm to scale it. And you need to start to grow a team, whether it's an in-house team or an out-house team, but you are only one person. You can only do so much in a day. So if you want to just take a second to close your eyes and visualize where you are now, how it feels, and look at your life in 1 year from now. Do you want it to feel different, freer, where you're more, free to go and do some more that you enjoy? You're not stressed. You're really enjoying your business. You look at your bank account and there's plenty of money coming into the account. And you also look at your client list and there's new clients coming in all the time. And you've got this amazing team so that life is a whole lot easier for you. Would you rather stay where you are now, or would you rather grow into that vision? I know exactly where I would like to be, where there's more time and money and freedom in your life. Everyone wants that, right? So the next mistake that I was making for sure, and I know lots of other law firm owners do this as well, because I speak to so many all the time, and that is not hiring the right people or not hiring at all because you're afraid that you won't have consistent income to pay them. So often this can look like hiring, juniors, where you're doing a lot of work with them or for them, or training, or it's just not hiring at all because you're really worried about the money side of things. What if there is not enough work for them? You're worrying about legal staff are expensive, especially senior associates, especially now in this environment we're in. We get really fearful that we're not going to be able to support that expense. But we really need to start viewing our team and our team members as an investment rather than an expense. And if we do everything right and set ourselves up in the right way, it's absolutely an investment. So when you hire your team members, they will make more money for you, and as well as give back your time. You're essentially trying to duplicate yourself, right? So that you don't have to do as much work anymore. So obviously this revenue per month is quite low. It's much higher than that in my firm and maybe yours too, but I've given you an example there that's really, really realistic. So depending on what you charge, this is only at $350 an hour. But a seat in your firm at 5 billable hours a day, or if your fixed fee, it could be, whatever that equals per day and how much output you're going to be producing. That's what a seat is worth to you in revenue per month. And the cost, depending again on the person that you're going to hire, could be between 8 and 15,000, depending on who it is that you're hiring. So you can see there that there's plenty of profit in there. And obviously, if they're more experienced and a more senior solicitor, what they're going to be outputting is going to be much more than that. When you get that person, you don't have to supervise them because they're already amazing. Hopefully, they're even a better lawyer than you. I know that's a scary thought, but that's the idea, right? And then you have time to actually grow your practice once you've got that person in place, once you've made that investment. You can drive your marketing and sales. You can really become the leader of your business and your team. You can drive targets and goals in the business, and you can systemize and automate profit coming through the door, so clients coming through the door. You can set all of this up when you have time to do it because you're not then working all the time on client files. Then over time, you can multiply that out. So whatever your revenue per month is per seat, the cost of your new employee, and then you've got profit less left at the end of the day. So when you work on your law firm rather than in it, what happens is you end up getting a lot more cash flow, so you can start really loosening things up. You can hire a larger team. They can be working for you while you're working on the business and doing the things in the business and in your personal life that you love to do. It makes absolute sense, rather than being in this zone of being really frustrated because you've got fires to put out, client fires to deal with, everything else that you're doing in the business because you don't have the support and you really feel as though you can't afford the support. So let's get you out of that. Team members add value to your business and money into your account. And honestly, having an amazing team is the best thing. And when you know how to attract clients predictably, it's not actually scary hiring a team. It's really, really easy because you can turn the client tap on and off as you need to. So would you rather be like a DIY Dan? This is, hard work. You're tired, worrying about getting enough clients in the door, worried about making enough money. Or are you an overwhelmed action taker? And I suspect a lot of you are this. You're doing what everyone is saying, you're getting some results, but it's really not scalable because it's too reliant on you and you're really exhausted, right? Or would you rather apply a formula to what you're doing and to your law firm, and it will allow you to attract and automate and create freedom and get to your goal much faster? So that's the path of freedom. It's kind of like, would you rather walk somewhere in bare feet where it's really hard? Would you rather take your car somewhere but it might break down on the way? Or would you rather be flying business class and get there a whole lot quicker and be served all along the way? Those are your options, and all of those options are open to you in your business. Which vehicle do you want to use to take your firm to the next level? Who believes that they can create a law firm where you work less but make more money? I'd love to hear from you in the chat box, because sometimes we actually don't believe that it's possible. I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely possible, and it's really about how you spend your time. Think about someone like Richard Branson. He's got so many businesses, but he's still only one person. He's got lots of people and systems in place so that it can work without him. And I'm not suggesting that we're going to be like a Richard Branson, but in our own little business, we need to create those systems and put things in place where we are making more money and creating more freedom for ourselves. So let's talk about the scalable firm formula. This is what I'm going to walk you through now, which is, I've sort of been telling you all about the problems that we've got and all of the mistakes that I made as a law firm owner and the mistakes I see lots of law firm owners making. And now I'm going to share with you how we can fix those problems so that hopefully after today, you have got some really tangible solutions that you can walk away with and start implementing in your business. So the first thing is to automate systems. This is so, so important in your business, and it's important in every aspect of your business, not just say with marketing or just with service, but every aspect. And so I've created what's called the SODA formula, which is how we automate systems in Scalable Business Lounge. There are only so many hours in the day, and you absolutely can't do all the tasks yourself. When it comes to running a law firm, there's so many different areas of the practice that you need to be covering. And you as one person, you're not going to be good at them all. For me personally, I'm not really in the detail of things. I prefer jobs where I have more of a vision or marketing, things like that. So for me, accounts, I'm useless at it. It's not for me at all. So there's so many tasks, and I want you to be getting yourself off doing the tasks that you're not good at or you don't enjoy. When you don't have systems in place and you start building a team, what happens is that your team will do things that are not how you want them done. And then what happens is you end up putting fires out all the time. So we want to avoid that. I remember my firm became like a train station, my office. I would have people coming in and out all day asking me, this has happened, what do you want me to do with this? And it just became so onerous on me. It was exhausting. So what I did was I started replacing those fires and those questions and those repeated tasks with this formula on how to automate my business so that it didn't need me to ask all those questions again. So I started systemizing everything. I started outsourcing. I started delegating, and I started automating anything that I could. Now, it's not true that you can automate your whole firm by tech. You cannot do that. You need to also systemize your people so that they are on automation away from you. You need to outsource, and you need to systemize those people as well. And you need to delegate, and then you need to automate with the type of tech that can help you automate. But that's not every area of your business can't be covered by tech. So there is a specific formula, the SODA formula that I use, where we're systemizing, outsourcing, delegating, and automating as we go along. So systemizing helps you to reduce tasks off your plate. It gives you more time. Systemizing also helps massively with reducing complaints, because we don't want to be dealing with complaints if we can help it. It's not fun dealing with client complaints at all. And we also, when we systemize, we also simplify the business and remove you for being the contact, the go-to. How do I do this? How do I do that? Your team can then do things without you there, which is absolutely awesome. So outsourcing, we need to outsource our low-end tasks off our plate at a really low cost as well. And if we learn how to outsource successfully, honestly, life can become so much easier. Delegating, we need to learn and get really good at delegating tasks off our plate and really step into being the CEO of the business, rather than being the person who's doing, like, if you're a lawyer and your time is worth $500 an hour, why are you doing a $10 an hour job? Why are you doing that? I spend lots of time talking with law firm owners, and they are often, when I do time audits with them, doing jobs that they absolutely should not be doing, like doing their accounts, for example. They shouldn't be doing that. Delegate that off. And then automating your business. So using strategic tech platforms and learning how to operate your business in a way that you can automate a lot of it, whether it's onboarding clients, whether it's your marketing, whether it's some part of the service that you provide, automating it so that it happens without you being there. So using the SODA formula really does help, and it makes making profit a lot easier, because you're creating a whole lot of efficiencies. You're making it much easier to run your firm, and you are, getting the right systems and team and people in place. Meet Adele. So Adele has been with me in Scalable Law since 2020. She started her business in December 2020. She has been a client there the whole time because she saw her business go from zero to hiring 3 and 4 team members in the first little while of her business. She has done incredibly well. You can find her on Instagram. And yeah, her business is awesome. And she's remote. She's living from a beautiful beach location and she's loving life. She said to me, had given me lots of amazing praises and testimonials, but this one here, she said it's the best decision she's made in relation to her business. She's learned how to scale her business, which she has done really successfully. So next up, predicting income outcomes in your business. So this is really important because otherwise you feel like you can't make decisions because you don't know if you're going to have a good month next month, or you don't know if you're going to be able to get those extra clients. If you employ a new solicitor, for example, how do you know if you've got enough work for them? If you use data and you use this data-driven method that I've set up for you, then you can certainly know when you can hire. It's no good just guessing aimlessly because you will lose money, time and opportunities. You'll lose money on the wrong team members. You'll lose money on marketing with the wrong marketing, and you're just guessing. So what we like to do is make it very, very factual by using your data. What often happens though is instead of using data when it comes to scaling firms, people guess, they think they know, and they also then feel really scared about hiring because they feel like nothing's predictable. But if you use your data and you know what data to measure, everything becomes really, really predictable. And I show you how to use data instead of drama in your law practice, because we do, those things that keep us up at night, the drama that goes on in our heads. If we have data and we're testing and measuring the whole time, we're not only going to save time and money, but we are going to be able to also use that data to get your law firm to the next level. I've been testing and measuring my data since 2016. It is a game changer. The year I started testing and measuring, I made an extra $400,000 just in that 1 year from the testing and measuring. So it is a game changer. These are the kinds of numbers you need to know off the top of your head, not guessing, but you need to know. How many leads are you getting in your firm? How many leads do you need to convert how many clients? What is the conversion rate from lead to a actual client or retained client or matter? What is each client in your firm worth to your firm? How much percentage is profit and revenue? How much does it cost to acquire a client? What are the profit margins on each service? And then when you start building out a team, what are profit margins on each of your team members? What are their conversion rates? And the list goes on and on. It's really easy once you get it all in place, and it's incredibly powerful. And I would love for every law firm to have this data method in their firm, because honestly, it takes the guesswork out of everything and it makes life so much easier. It also saves you so much time and money as well, because you're not throwing money away on marketing that's not going to work, for example. You are gathering information that's going to help you feel really financially secure in your firm, and you're going to be continuing to grow. It's going to be way more profitable because you're not going to be throwing money away on things that don't work, and you feel much more in control in the driver's seat of your business. So you're predictably able to drive more sales into your firm. I know that the word sales freaks lawyers out, but that's what we need to do. That's what every business needs to do. And when they are retaining clients, we need to sell our service. So how do we do that in an automated way? How do we do that really easily? And how do we get the clients in the door and the inquiry in a way that is really cost effective and is a great investment? So once you do get more clients in the door and you're really starting to see your revenue, then you're able to hire really comfortably and start scaling up your business. This is Em. She's also been a client. She freaked out about scaling and really didn't know what to do. But she says, I taught her a system where not only was she was also able to serve her clients better, but she was also able to scale her business, meaning she could help more people in her firm without burning out. So attracting more clients is the third thing that we do. And in the Scalable Business Lounge, this is something that we put in place, and I share with you exactly how to attract more clients really, really easily. What tends to happen is that lawyers exhaust themselves and their bank accounts creating ineffective marketing. So you are only one person. You can only go and create so many referral relationships without exhausting yourself. And what I see people do is that they don't know what marketing is going to work or not. They're sold some big package from an agency or whatever it might be, and they just throw money at things hoping that it works. Then they feel really burnt. I'm not sure if anyone here has experienced this, but I've talked to so many lawyers that have, and I certainly have as well, where I feel like I've thrown my money away on ads or SEO or whatever it might be, and it hasn't worked. And I've felt really stressed about it. Because not only has it not worked, now you have less cash, and the method of what you were sold, didn't get you more clients. So instead of doing that, we need to use a method that actually will really work for your law firm. And it's more like casting a net, fishing, rather than trying to catch one at a time. We want to automate your marketing funnels so that you are spending less time on marketing and you're creating really effective automated marketing machines. So I teach you in the Scalable Business Lounge how to be way more profitable with only 3 effective marketing strategies. We use this method in your firm. I share it all with you, and we create 3 automated marketing funnels. Even if you don't sign up to the Scalable Business Lounge, you should definitely do this anyway. So you need to create one marketing funnel for referral work, one marketing funnel for organic marketing, and one marketing funnel for paid marketing, and finding out what really works for your firm using the data method that I shared before is the only way to do it. And getting it to be done in an automated way, so it's not you spending all your time worrying about or being out and about trying to get work in the door. The other thing too is remember Dan, he tried to get some clients, but then he got really stressed about the work he then had to do. We want to prevent that from happening. So what then happens is that work dries up, but then you're like, oh, I don't have any clients now. So then you start marketing hard again. So we want to create more consistency than that, an even flow of clients coming in an automated fashion where it's really easy to attract clients. The reality is that whether you're a law firm or any other business, anything else, driving marketing and sales into your business is the oxygen of your business. Without clients, without legal work, we don't have oxygen in our business. So if you take one thing away today, I want you to know that you absolutely can work less in your firm and earn more money. It's absolutely possible to do that. The big question is, how can you apply this framework to your law practice to scale it without burning out? You're probably wondering or asking, okay, well, all that sounds great, Carolee. I can see all the problems and I can see the solutions, but what do you mean by, marketing funnels, or what do you mean by data? So really it comes down to what you want to choose. Do you want to be more like Dan? And I know none of us want to be like Dan. It's it's not a great place to be when we're chasing random clients, when we've got inconsistent income, when we're doing everything ourselves, and when we're burnt out? Or do we want to be more like Megan, who only does the work in her firm that she loves? Her firm is mostly on autopilot with consistent sales every single week. So Megan is much more like what I'm like these days. I used to be like Dan, but I've moved into being a Megan, because really in my firm, I love the marketing. I am still involved in the marketing of my firm, but I'm not involved in client work anymore. Last year, I saw 7 clients out of 750 for an initial appointment, and I haven't done any client work myself for a while now. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to do client work, that's absolutely fine. If you love the client work in your business, then that is fine. The whole idea is that you do what you love in your business. You run the parts you love, and you outsource or give that really great work to other team members by empowering them. So it's time for you to stop hoping for more profit or freedom, and really to start creating it if that's what you want. And you can do this by following a framework that takes the guesswork out of all of this. So that's why I created the Scalable Business Lounge. So I am going to tell you about the Scalable Business Lounge and what is involved in it, and then invite you to hop on a call with me if you want. So the bird's eye view and what you receive in the Scalable Business Lounge is that there's 3 parts to what we do inside there. The first one is the Scalable Firm Formula. The next one is which is all about getting rid of low-end tasks off your plate, automating your business, and creating a well-oiled machine that gives you constant workflow through your business and where you're not putting out fires. We also implement the data strategy into your firm. We take the guesswork out of everything. And I give you, as part of all of this, all my templates and spreadsheets that I use in my business to make this really possible and easy. So one of the great things about the Scalable Business Lounge is you don't only get just the step-by-step on how to do things, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because if I'm using it in my business, in the firm, I then give it to you and say, here's the spreadsheet, here's what you need to do. This works really well, and you go and implement that, so you don't have to rebuild things. I've spent 10 years building all of this, and you get to have it as part of the program. We also jump into how to market your law firm. So we set up 3 marketing methods, and they're all automated. So it's the 3 marketing methods that I talked to you about before, and you will end up getting new clients every single week in your law firm, and as many or as little as you need. We get it up and running and automated as much as possible into your firm. So the next thing that we do inside the Scalable Business Lounge is we meet every month. So the first part is the Scalable Firm Formula, which is an online course where I give you lots of templates, lots of information, and step-by-step and basically instructions on what to implement into your firm to make it run really smooth, to get it the cash flow going, and to get you more freedom. Then once a month we meet for masterclasses, which are awesome. So these scalability sessions are so good. We meet online with a whole lot of other business owners, law firm owners, and we cover topics that are really relevant to you growing and scaling your law firm, whether it's anything to do with team, whether it's marketing, whether it's planning for the new financial year, Google reviews, like whatever it is, those burning questions, there's masterclasses in there. And not only do you get live masterclasses every month, but there's already a whole bunch of masterclasses, nearly more than 40 masterclasses in there, covering all kinds of topics to do with scaling and growing your law firm. We also have heaps of support in there. You are amongst a whole bunch of law firm owners who are there giving you advice, supporting you and each other, because we have, there's lots of questions going on. We're able to answer them, and it's a really safe environment, and it's awesome. We also do once a month another live call if you have any burning questions going on in your firm right now. So how many, you might have a question, about, I don't know, that you've had a team member leave and how do you deal with it, or you've tried this marketing method and it's not working for you, or you're trying to set up this funnel, but how does it work? So I'm able to answer those questions for you live. And then on those calls, lots of other law firm owners are there too, and they've all got great experience as well, and they share with you, I had that problem, I did this, and this is how it fixed it. So it's really, really valuable time. So you get access to one more component, which is a fast action bonus. And this is a special offer only for people who hop on calls with me. And it's a set up automated law firm funnel for you with a lead magnet, and we start a really amazing mailing list so that you are interacting with clients every single week on a mailing list. It's all automated. You set it up and then you don't have to do anything thereafter. So the entire program is worth this much, but of course, and honestly, there is so much value in there. If whatever you're making right now, you're going to be doubling or tripling what you make after you've been in the program for 12 months, because that's what happens to everyone in there. But of course, I don't sell it for that much. It's much less than that. And if you want to know how much it is, if it's a right fit for you, or anything like that, you can book a strategy call with either myself or one of my team members here at Scalable Law, and we can go through a strategy with you, with your law firm, where you're at right now, what your goals are, and how we can get you there over the next 12 months inside the Scalable Business Lounge. The question really isn't whether you'll make your money back or not. It's really how many times over will you make your money back. And honestly, like, the reviews that I have are incredible, where people say, I've implemented strategy 1 and I've got to stop because I've got too much work on now and I need to hire my next team member. Or, you know, I was only making $15,000 a month and now I'm making $38,000 a month, and all I did was implement strategy 2. So we get really, really great results in there, which I love, because I love seeing law firm owners less stressed and more successful. And, you know, so really, how much will you pay to have those kind of results? If you want to scale, create more freedom and profit, really, what's holding you back? What's stressing you out right now? If the other thing too, investing in yourself and your business. What would you pay to grow your firm in the next 12 months and invest in your own learning? For me personally, I, over the years, have had many, many business coaches and coaches for all sorts of things, and they have been instrumental in my business growth. I would not be where I am now in my firm without making those investments. There's no way, because doing it all on my own, I only knew what I knew, and I really needed other people to show me the way and clear a path for me, which is what I've done. And now really with Scalable Law, that's what I love doing for other law firm owners, is creating that. This is Jackie. She is a law firm owner. She has a really successful law firm, and she says everything is much clearer now, and she's not doing anything that doesn't have a strategic outcome. Because what we do as law firm owners often is we flounder around and we try lots of different things, go down rabbit holes for a few months, only to find that it was a waste of money and time. And we don't want that. We want things that are going to really work right now for you in your business. This is Em. We've met Em before. So the Scalable Business Lounge, to explain what it is, once you register and you are in the Scalable Business Lounge, you get instant access to the online program, which you walk through in your own time. And then you also get instant access to the community. You also get instant access to all of the previous masterclasses. So there's over 40 in there now, and you can watch anything you like in regards to growing and scaling your firm. And then we invite you to the Zoom meetings, which are twice a month. So that's what you get. If you would love to know if it's a great fit for you or not, it would be awesome to catch up with you and have that strategy call on how we can get your firm to the next level. And the next level is different for everybody. The Scalable Business Lounge is ideal for law firm owners that are under $1 million turnover a year, so between 0 and $1 million. I've got another program where I help law firm owners when they've reached $1 million and over, because they have a different set of problems from the law firm owner that's starting out and trying to get to their first $1 million. Or trying to get to their first 500, or trying to get to their first 100. The next level for you is different from the next level from the other person. Everyone's next level is different. So we hop on a strategy call and I talk to you about your goals, where you are now, where you'd like to be, and then I share some strategies with you on how you can get there. And that call alone can really help you to get to the next level, because I can only share so much on a webinar, whereas if I can talk to you in person, I get to really delve a little deeper into your specific circumstances. So a couple of questions that I often get is, does Scalable Business Lounge work for my practice area? It works for every practice area. I have got every practice area under the sun inside the Scalable Business Lounge. And it does work for everybody because it's really the foundations of the business and of running a law firm rather than your actual practice area. It also doesn't matter whether you're fixed fee or whether you are hourly billables. It's neither here nor there. We have strategies for both, and it works perfectly well for any practice area. It also doesn't matter where you're located. So I've got people all over the world in Scalable Business Lounge, and rural people. It's a great place for rural law firm owners to be meeting, because they often don't get to have relationships with people that are also law firm owners. So you can create lots of great relationships in there. But whether you're in a city or whether you're rural, or whether you're in Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada, the UK, this program is perfect for you as well. I'm already so overwhelmed how much work is involved. This is a question that I get all the time. The truth is that there is work involved, because you cannot just get given something and then it works. It's kind of like going to the gym. If you buy the gym membership but you never go to the gym, you're not going to get any muscles or lose weight. So you do have to put some work in. I would say putting an hour a week in is awesome if you can achieve that, or even every second week. If you have a team member or you have a VA or something overseas, you can do the learning and get them to implement a lot of the strategies. That will save you a lot of time. And I share with you how to get VAs, what to outsource, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, where your focus should be as the law firm owner. And we really try and reduce that stress and those work hours for you, and we get that cash flow up and running, because once you start getting cash flow through the door, the options for delegating, outsourcing, hiring become a lot easier, and then we can start freeing up some of your time. So let's get some more clients coming through the door first. Let's get some cash flow coming through the door so that you're not worried about that outsourcing or hiring. And then you'll have more time to spend inside the Scalable Business Lounge. I can tell you right now that the people who come into the Scalable Business Lounge and they show up, their firms explode. And they go so well. So yeah, it's really, really exciting to be part of, and it's really exciting to watch. I'm just starting my firm. Will it be suitable for me? I have quite a few people in there who are setting up their firms. It's perfect to come in here either before you set up or after you set up, or if you've been in there for a few years. As long as you're under that $1 million mark, this program is for you. This program is about getting more work through the door, attracting your ideal clients, attracting your ideal team members, and then starting to automate and systemize your business so that it reduces your working hours. It's about creating more profit for you and more freedom for you. So if you want more profit and freedom, this is suitable for you. If you want direction on how to scale and grow your firm, if you want direction on how to attract the right clients and you want to hit the ground running, then this is the perfect for you program for you. So that's basically all I have today in here for you. If you would love to book a strategy call with either me or one of my team members, it would be awesome to talk to you. I love talking to law firm owners every single week to really help them with that, strategy on how they can get from where they are now to where their vision is, what their goal is. And if you don't know what your goal is, I can help you with that as well. I can talk you through how to start setting some goals for your firm, and also give you an idea of what's actually realistic or not. I often find that law firm owners undersell themselves, their goals. They worry that they're not going to make the goal that they really want, so they really start setting goals much too low than they need to. And I have a lot of experience working with different firms and can tell you, what people are actually achieving, and that it's totally possible for you as well. So would love to have a call with you. Book a call now, and we will chat really soon. All right, everyone, it's been a great call, and I'll talk to you soon after you've booked that call. Bye for now. See you.